Welcome to the Smart Influencer Podcast. I'm Corinne.
And I'm Christina.
And together we help digital entrepreneurs streamline their businesses, maximize revenue, and finally feel in control of their time.
Every week we share tried and true strategies, proven systems, and expert interviews to help you grow your influence and income without the burnout. So if you're ready to get smarter about how you run your business, you are in the right place.
Before we dive in though, if you love what you hear, be sure to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you find today's conversation helpful, please share it with a friend who could use it too.
So today we are chatting with our good friend Giangi from Giangi's Kitchen, and we're going to talk about Flipboard. So welcome to the show, Giangi. Why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself?
Well, good morning, and thank you so much, Christina and Corinne, to having me here today. I'm super excited. I love you both, so this is super exciting for me.
I'm Giangi.
Yes.
I'm Giangi Townsend. I'm the face behind Giangi's Kitchen. I'm a recipe developer since, oh my goodness, I started in 2009, way back when things were just so much easier, and kind of grew with it and enjoying it. It's my full-time fun job. I don't even call it a job. I think it's a fun place to go to work every day because I get to do what I wanted to do, create. So that's who I am. And I think in a nutshell, that's who I am.
Awesome.
Well, that's great. That's great. So today we're talking about Flipboard, and that seems to be an area I think where you are thriving now. And this seems to be one of those things. People are they're either killing it or they're not. There is no like in between gray area.
Well, Flipboard is a wonderful thing. Once you get how it actually works, it is the easiest platform to work and grow from it.
Okay.
And I love to share all the things that I do, and I have learned, I was taught to with both of you in your audience. So just ask away and I'm ready to go.
All right, we've got our notebooks and our pens ready to go for all these knowledge bombs you're going to drop on us.
I know. And I'm opening up my Flipboard too, so I can like see what you're talking about while we're doing it. So
perfect. Allow me to open mine as well while I'm here, so I can actually guide you through it a little bit easier if I could just type properly. There you go.
Okay. So I'm gonna start right off with something you said. You said it's one of the easiest. So like at a minimum, if somebody wants to actually use their time well on Flipboard, what should they be doing? Like, what should that process look like?
Okay. And would that be okay if I back up just one step from
Absolutely.
there?
You take us wherever you want to go.
Flipboard, I'm sure a lot of you have been around forever and a day, like I have, like both of you have. Think about it the old Pinterest way of doing things.
How I miss original.
Well, that's what Flipboard is a little bit about. It's literally the base of that. You take something that you love, you put it in a magazine to share with the world, as the old Pinterest was. Obviously, there is a strategy. So this is the strategy that I have started from day one. Maybe I should say there is a couple of things into Flipboard. There is magazines and storyboards, and I will go through those easily. Let's start with the magazine. The magazines are more important. They're where you actually put your content in it. But within that, you have to be very strategic how you do it. And the strategy part of it is just the title, how you title your magazine. If you put recipe, well, hashtag recipe into the Flipboard and you have millions of recipe board. But you want to do something that makes you separate from the crowd. For instance, if you have, like I do have French recipes. So I put everything French appetizer, French dinner. Give it a specific point, then people, when they do a search, those words come up. So you are not like, appetizer. Well, if they're French or Italian or American or whatever, just specify it. Be as specific as you possibly can within the title of your magazine.
Okay.
Did that make sense?
Yeah.
So almost like SEOing your magazine, like you would with the blog post. We've got to have that long tail keyword. So we're standing out rather than just going for lasagna. We're going with white lasagna with sausage instead.
Exactly. Like, summer lasagna, winter lasagna. Do not be afraid to subdivide as much as you possibly can.
Okay.
Okay.
because those magazines are wonderful. You can just create it, open them up, and just work on it all year long. But just be specific in that. And within those magazines also, you have to create like a little name tag of what the magazine is all about, like, a little blurb, which is like you say, an SEO, and then put hashtags:
Okay.
food, recipe, French, Italian, shopping, whatever it is and that magazine represent. Make
Okay.
sure that there's a couple of hashtags in within. Once you have your magazine created, and you have to have like 10 recipe, like 10 links you put in it, always make sure that your storyboard, either, like the picture board changes or you leave it as it is. Whatever you want to do, that's all up to you. But you can create, when you go to that magazine and you see all your recipe, create a post explaining what that is. And I don't know how, it's hard to say it without trying to
So,
explain it. Like if you go to mine, which is flipboard.com or giangiskitchen.com, and then I have a magazine which is called Affordable Gourmet. I have actually created a little blur, which is the first pin that you see, which is Affordable Gourmet, what it is, and then a hashtag, and then you pin it. So when people come to your page, they may not read the title on the banner, but they see on your page what your magazine is all about. And have I lost you yet?
no,
I was trying to navigate to your page, so I'm on your page now. Now tell me again where I would
It's
go
a
there.
Affordable Gourmet.
Okay.
So if you have open Affordable Gourmet, once you have the page, you will see to your left a blue board which says pin, and it says
okay.
Affordable Gourmet, who say you cannot have a great meal on a budget, blah, blah, blah. I pin that so when people come to your page, they know what they're looking at. They know that in this specific magazine, all the recipes are on a budget friendly. I cannot tolerate the word cheap because it's just not me. So, but we can have a gourmet meal, you guys are cooks, so you guys know we can have a gourmet meal on a dime. So that's how I created that. So, but you have to explain it because that's for the people out there who do not know what you are. So
Okay.
that
Okay, I see that.
does that make sense?
Yes,
Do you
It
that
have
makes
any
sense.
questions?
So we're creating these SEO, I'm using that in
Mhm.
air quotes, rich titles for our boards and descriptions. We're putting a great image in there, and then we are creating a post to explain what that board is about and what the person coming to that magazine, I guess to say magazine, not board, what the person coming to the magazine is going to find in that magazine.
Fantastic. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So now there is the other side of the magazine. So once you have created your magazine and you have some links in there, you can do it two ways. You have a new recipe, then you create, or a new post about travel or whatnot, because make sure that you have a Flipboard share from your page going to Flipboard. And once you do that, you'll click on your Flipboard tag, little icon, and then it brings you to your account. Now, all this, of course, I'm assuming then you already have your account going, you're already set up with Flipboard, and you already have an account, which is the main account where all your recipe will fall through as default. However, when you do so, there is also all the other magazine. Make sure then you always have a default magazine then you will have created with Flipboard. But if you have a Flipboard account, obviously that's already been created. I know it's just a little clear there if people are brand new to Flipboard, that has to be created at the beginning of it, and that magazine will be approved by Flipboard itself, so everything will be a default to it.
Okay, I'm going to step you back just
Yeah.
a second then. So when you were talking about sharing from your page to Flipboard, you mean your blog, like your blog post, sharing it to
Correct.
Flipboard?
Correct. If you go to Giangi's Kitchen, at the bottom of it, you'll have Facebook, X, and Flipboard
One
and
of your
whatever
share
else.
buttons.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So click on that, and all of a sudden, a new page will open up. The page is a Flipboard page asking you on which magazine would you like to share your
Right.
recipe?
Gotcha.
So you click on that and then you put a little, this is the biggest trick that makes a big difference.
Okay.
Don't just share the recipe as is. Just put a tiny little, there's a little box that pops up, and then put a little comment what it is. I just did a grilled peach salad. Summer special, grilled peach salad. And then put hashtags.
Okay.
Okay.
That will help dramatically for your blog post to be shared and within Flipboard, but also in within the Fediverse world. But on the Flipboard, if somebody's looking for cooking, for recipe, for dinner, for whatever the recipe is about, they will be able, it will come up into because of the hashtag,
Okay.
Okay.
thus creating traffic to you.
Okay. So
I
I
just
just,
see puzzle faces. So
no, not puzzle face. Well, I'm not puzzled, but I just want to make sure we have this strategy down correctly. So if you're
yes.
listening to this and you're driving or anything, you're going to want to go back and re-listen to this and take careful notes. We're creating our account. I'm going to roll it all the way back to the beginning just to make sure we have all the steps correctly. We've created our account. We've got all of our descriptions describing who we are, what we do. We're creating magazines, which is what Flipboard calls them. The magazines, which are very similar to Pinterest boards with specific niched titles and categories of what we're going to be sharing our blog posts to. We're going to give those good names. We're going to give those good descriptions. We're going to pin an article about what that board is about. Then, when we share a new post on our website, we're going to have the social share button that has the Flipboard social share button. We're going to share to Flipboard using that social share button, clicking on that. We're going to not only just put the default up, what comes up, we're going to put a short description about what that post is about, and we're going to include hashtags to
Correct.
describe it.
Correct. And also make sure then you pick a good picture too. Because a lot of time if we have instructions pictures, it will pick up anything
Yeah.
that you do. So that's an important thing. Because once you start propagating and you have the wrong picture, you go, oh my gosh. Then you got to remove it and go back through the whole thing. So that's just takes 3 seconds to make sure then
To
that's
select
important too.
a good
Yes,
photo.
select the pictures.
I
Yes.
remember that when I was doing Flipboard back in the day, that it would do that. It would randomly pick like an ingredient shot or a process shot and not necessarily the hero.
Absolutely. So that's a very important, shot. So now once you are there, you can go back in. So once you shared it to your Flipboard main, page, then, as a default, you can go into Flipboard and from what you just posted, the
Yeah.
recipe that you just posted, it will be on your profile. You can share it to every single other people magazines then you have authorization to share it to and are pertaining to the subject matter then you just posted.
Okay.
Sounds very legalese, but
So it's very much like a group board, again, on Pinterest, if we're connecting it to
correct.
things we really know.
Right.
So
Correct.
I just back up a second, and
Yes.
this default board is just like a catch-all kind of like recipes from Giangi's kitchen would be your
That's right.
default board or something like that. So it's not necessarily niche. It's more like a catch-all. We're pinning it there, flipping it there first. I caught myself flipping it there first. And then from there, we're going to flip it out again to all of the niche relevant magazines, whether they're ours or other people's group magazines that we're part of.
Correct.
Okay.
God, I love the way you explain it so much better than me.
Well, I just want to make sure that my notes are good.
Yeah.
Yes, no, but that's the trick, It's you just to have to share it. The more you propagate it, the more people get to see
Okay.
it. Now, there is another question that comes up a lot of it. So how do I get into other people's magazines?
Yeah.
And that is something then I was very fortunate at the beginning. Everybody was just sharing their things. If you see a magazine that you really like and you would like to participate and you see then they have other contributor to it, send that person a note, but do not send it via Flipboard because it will be flagged.
Ah,
try to find their website, try to find their email address, and send them a note. Say, hey, my name is so and so. My website is this, and I would love to be participating and sharing my recipe on so and so, magazine.
So
So
exactly how we used to try to join
Flipboard.
Pinterest group
Yeah.
boards. Okay.
exactly like that's why I went back at the beginning
Yeah.
because it seems like so complicated, but if you have been around long enough, like we all have, we know that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
this is exactly how that was working back then. Okay, so couple questions for you.
Yes.
Number one, I forgot number two, but number one was back in the beginning when I was doing this, there was some kind of unwritten rule that you had to flip within the first so many hours of
Like
publishing
immediately, right?
immediately. Is that still a thing?
Yes, as soon as you have a brand new recipe, it if the way mine is set up, it automatically goes to my Giangi's kitchen board automatically. Okay, so I
Wait, wait,
go.
wait, 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 wait.
I know this.
So
I
you're
know
not doing it, it's just automatically going there. What kind
for
of
me is
wizardry makes that
automatically.
happen?
Well, I've been doing this I think for 2 years, and I was one of the first one into it, and they automatically did it.
Oh,
So automatically there is like a linkage into it. But if you don't panic. You can just do it yourself right away. Now, one thing that I've noticed, and this is like a little sidebar note, and it's important. We work on a recipe, we put a things, and then sometimes we don't post it right away. We schedule it to post
yeah.
it. Do a cache clear. And here's the reason why, because what it does, Flipboard picks up the last time you actually worked on the recipe, not the time then you actually posted the recipe.
Okay.
So if you worked on it last night, but you posted today, it will have yesterday's date, which is very important when you wanted to propagate a brand new recipe, which the brand new recipe, you're right, Corinne, they do have huge traffic potentials.
Okay.
So that's something that I've learned how to do. Clear my cache, clear whatever big scoot things is, every cache that you can on your WordPress, and then send the recipe out, publish it to the world. So it is the last minute and you worked on it. Then you just take
Wait,
it,
wait, wait. So we're
yes,
clearing the cache before we flip it or before we publish it?
Before you
before
publish
you
it.
publish it.
Okay.
Before you publish it, because Flipboard somehow keeps it tracks of the last time you worked on it.
Mm.
And so if you have everything done, but you say, I'm not going to post it tonight, I'm going to post it tomorrow morning. Well, it picks up yesterday, which means already a day old recipe. I
So
know it's
does
an
that
odd
work
thing.
if you update a post?
If you update a post and if it's a 10 years ago post, no, because the date that is published is the date then Flipboard picks up.
Come on, Flipboard. Seriously, you're gonna cut my legs off on both sides.
Well, there is way around it. So, by doing that, but it's true. As soon as you get it, I have a brand new recipe, put it on your Flipboard, and then share it everywhere and anywhere that you possibly can. Because by doing so, it will really, really help traffic because the algorithm pick up and it's a brand new recipe. So they go, okay, new, new, new. People need to see it. People need to see it. New, new, new. So that's very important. Then you do. But we all share our stuff right away anyhow. So put that in and it would take like 5 minutes or so. It doesn't take long.
Right.
But it's amazing the traffic and it automatically drives traffic to my website.
Hmm.
Automatically. I mean, I could look at it in my Google Analytics and sure enough, Flipboard is bringing traffic in for the brand new recipe that I just did.
Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna have to work
Okay.
on my workflow for this.
Okay.
I know I'm reconfiguring my system right
I
now
know.
because
Now
I
there is two major one is the recipe exchange. If you're a food creator, the recipe exchange is one of the major magazine that you would like to ask to be part of. It is a fabulous because it really helps the bloggers a lot. And then for everybody else, as well as recipe creators, there is the Flipboard user group, which is run by this wonderful lady named Jeanette, and she will be more than happy to invite you in.
Is that in Flipboard? Is that
It's
the
in
name of the
Flipboard.
magazine? Flipboard
Yes,
user group?
Flipboard user group. Fabulous group, has over 100,000 people. I mean, it's just insane. But it actually, the lady who's running it, she's fabulous. Fabulous.
Okay.
Flipboard user group.
All right. And listeners, I know because Christina and I are both taking notes like crazy. So these links will be in show notes. So especially, I'm just picturing people driving, trying to be like, how am I going to get all this? So we will put the links in show notes so you can come back and find all of these things later.
And I will give you all the informations about this because,
Okay.
Flipboard user group, it is really a fabulous, fabulous group to have to be in it. And they propagate so much of it. And as a creator, the lady who actually has the Flipboard user group also has a Facebook group page. It's like a twist tongue here this morning, but she does have that as well. So by having that, and she's very wonderful on sharing ideas, sharing things, allowing you to share things. So, I will put that link in a minute. I will send it to you, the link, and we'll just
Okay.
share it with the listeners.
I'm looking at mine. I'm a member of both of those groups. And I really wish Flipboard would have a different name because it has the word board in it, and I want to call them boards so badly.
Yes.
Could be
Yes,
Flip
like
Mag or something.
magazines.
So I'm not in the group. So how do I join? Because I can follow it on Flipboard, but how do I actually request to join?
Which one, Flipboard?
Yeah.
Okay, I will put you in contact. I will put the board down and contact the lady. Her name is Jeanette. And if
Right.
you're on Facebook, I will put the link of her group so people can ask to join in.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm
I'm
going
sure
to grab it too so that I
Yeah,
can.
she is fabulous. I mean, Jeanette's just really, really fabulous lady. I know when I'm advertising somebody else's business, but when you have somebody who helps you and
Yeah.
doesn't ask for things, they need to be
Yeah.
thanked.
I agree.
I just wrote Flipboard user group board, not magazine.
Yes.
I'm putting the notes in the show notes. If you hear typing, that's just me making your show notes.
Yes. Flipboard user group. Okay, here we go. So you have it. Okay, so now is it clear? Do you have any more questions?
I did, but I can't remember what it was, so keep going.
Okay. So now there is the other one, which is a storyboard. Storyboard is something that I think after you have over 100 followers, it will automatically be created for you and you have to kind of work on it. So I don't know all the details on that. You're going to have to kind of contact Flipboard if you're not part of that yet. But if you are part of that, the storyboard are a fabulous little place to showcase 8 to 10, 12 stories. Story meaning recipe, meaning article, meaning post that you have propagated. And then you just put it out there. The wonderful thing about that, although they have a very short lifespan, it's pretty much like a old Twitter post. It has the 12 minutes lifespan and then kind of fades off the algorithm. Is exactly the same way. However, the wonderful, great side part of the other one, you could share that with every single one magazine, then you are allowed to share, and also the magazine then you have.
Okay,
so
I need you to
let
break
me
that
back
down
up.
for me.
Let me back up.
Yep.
You have magazines and you create short stories, like a little short banner story.
Right.
You can take that story then you just created. I have one for sizzling summer recipes, and I can share that to every single magazine that I have, and every single other magazine that I'm allowed to share pertaining to peaches, if it's a peach thing, or holidays. That brings so much traffic, it's not even funny.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
So
So,
same strategy as you were with the recipe posts, but this is like a roundup, so to speak. These storyboards are
and
like,
don't make them 20, 30 because people don't look at it. You're wasting time. Do 10. And also the wonderful thing about it, you can change the title anytime you want to. You can add, subtract, put things, just maneuver them, or create new storyboards. So that's, something then you can do is they're more expandable, but they also have a shorter life, but you can revamp that as often as you want to.
Okay. And these ideally should be storyboards of your content. So,
Only your content.
right, you don't want to just make a roundup of other people's content.
No, this is your content. This is what I
Okay.
wrote.
So
Okay.
one thing I learned is this is way back when. So anything I'm telling you that I learned was probably from like 3 years ago. Um, does it still make sense at this point to include a link to one of your opt-ins at the end as one of your links? I saw that, like I was told that way back when.
I do it.
Okay.
I don't get that much traffic to my opt-in and whatnot, but I do it. I still do it once in a while. Not as often as I probably should, but when people come to my page, there's always there is often something that they can
Right,
see.
right.
You know, I make it more as an invitation to look and enjoy
Okay.
my recipe versus an invitation to buy something that I have. But
Gotcha.
I'm also a food blogger, so there is blogger out there who do have different packages and whatnot. So that's something that they must try. Like if you're a travel and you have a specific post and you wrote about all this, you know,
Mhm.
I would go more towards a blog post versus a specific link selling something.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Mhm.
So is everything clear about the storyboard and the magazines?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well now the daily strategy to make all this actually bring traffic.
Fire up your
Because
pencil,
Alright.
Corinne.
that was just the understanding how all those things work on it. Okay.
Okay.
So this is what I do. I share 5 posts every single day, 7 days a week.
Oh, wait,
Every
you
day.
have 5 new posts you're publishing every day?
Not every, no, I also share my old stuff
Okay.
because you know we do have an array of recipe within our things or blog posts.
So even though
Even
Flipboard
though
likes
they're
fresh
old,
content, you'll put the
yep,
old stuff on.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yep, I do take all my old stuff and I share that. So if today, right now is peaches, so everybody shared, well, I have recipe from 2, 3, 4, 10 years ago. Well, I shared them.
Okay. Are you clearing the cache on that and republishing them, or you're just
No, I don't. I just post them and I just put a cute little blur. I put hashtag trending, food recipe, cooking or baking, depending what it is, peaches or dessert. Just put things that it really kind of helps. Like if you look at Flipboard, they're not naming in like, you know, they're not like, you know, sous vide or, you know, beef steak, but they are dinner, beef. Do you know what I mean? It's more like people go there to look for recipe, cooking, baking, one pan cooking, just very short hashtags. So keep your hashtag that directions and therefore it will be propagated
Okay.
and you just share it. And I do that five posts a day. Some people share a lot more. I like to stay to 5. I remember when we first started, they said 5 probably would be the best because then you just put too much content out and people just get okay, enough of you, you know. But I do that 7 days a week.
Do you do them all at once?
No, I split 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and 2 in the early afternoon. Sometimes back to back is good, but it's nice to have a little bit of space where you have other bloggers put their creation in the middle.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is just regular flips to magazines, not storyboards.
Those are my regular,
Okay.
I do 5 posts. Now, and within those 5 posts, I do also share a magazine. So it could be 3 recipes and a magazine that I share to other groups because you can share your magazine to other places. And storyboard. You can share a storyboard. Like for instance, for me on a weekend, my storyboards do very well traffic early in the morning.
Okay.
But also my magazines. I do share my magazines. And I do that probably once or twice a week. I share both of those. Have I lost you yet or confused?
Nope. We're taking
I'm sure
notes.
there'll be
Taking notes, yeah.
So yeah, because those magazines they're all your creations. So they don't have to sit there collecting dust. Share them with people. Just continue sharing them, continue adding things to it, and continue share because it's like, there is, I mean, let's face it, there's 8 billion people in this universe. I don't know how many millions of people there is on Flipboard platform, but there is quite a few. Therefore, your content may be just, you may think, oh, but I posted that a week ago, I don't want to do it again. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people who have not seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Or or we
Right.
will not be having this conversation right now. We are trying to grow. So you constantly have to put yourself in front of people to see it. Do it gracefully, of course. Don't overcrowd other people's magazine with the same thing over and over. That's, I think, we're the generation which is like there's an honor system,
Right.
Yeah.
respect. Like if it's a vegetarian magazine, don't start putting beef in there.
Right.
Mhm.
I mean, the things just kind of look at it, and it's amazing how fast you go, how fast you can grow.
So common sense,
Common sense.
basic etiquette with sharing content as you would anywhere else.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. There's one more step.
Okay. I'm ready.
Didn't think you were going to work so hard, listeners, did you?
I'm sorry. I mean, it's like, I hope people are gonna go, I don't think I want to do this thing. But once you have this down,
Yeah.
it is really, it's a simple, I mean, it doesn't take me more than maybe 15 minutes a day
But this is the
altogether.
thing. I don't think people in our industry are afraid to work. Like no one is an entrepreneur in this industry that like is here still because they're lazy. Like no one is.
Mm-mm.
So it's that what do we work on? Because somebody wants to have some data that says this is worth putting your time at because we only have so much time.
And
So like you're here and you're saying this works for you, it sends you tons of traffic, and you're like generously sharing your step-by-step process. So I don't think anybody is sitting
yeah.
out there. And if
No.
you are, you're listening to the wrong podcast.
Yeah.
Like I don't think anyone's sitting there going, "Oh, shut up already. I don't want any more secrets. Let me figure it all out on my own."
Your secrets to yourself.
As you know me, I mean, I know Christina knows me for a while now. Whatever I learn, I share. It's because somebody told me a long time ago, my husband's been in business for 52 years. It's like, there is always something that somebody doesn't know, and there is always something that you don't know. Sharing is learning. So don't be afraid. And there's 8 billion people on this earth. We all have different ideas. So let's, share, keeping things for ourselves is just not fair. Not fair. I mean, that's the way I look at it. I mean,
Yeah, Corinne and I don't believe in gatekeeping either.
No.
Anything we learn, any new strategy we've come up with that's working, we are like open books. We will tell it to everybody. But I think what keeps people from trying new things is we just don't want to have to do the spaghetti against the wall method and just, randomly trying things. So here you are generously sharing a strategy that is working for you and has proven results. So while it may have a number of steps, write them down because once you develop the habit and the routine, it will be second nature.
it literally is. And, I have a wonderful VA who takes care of this, and she loves it. And she creates all my storyboards. She creates my magazine. I put in my magazines too. I go in and change things, and she does it. I mean, she goes with the trending, so she gets the trending thing. So if you have a VA working on it, train her to do this. It will, and make sure that when you train her, you actually record the session that you train her, so she will get this back. But it's just really fascinating. It'll become it's like doing the old Pinterest. You
Yeah.
could be sitting there on nighttime watching television and flipping things. Literally, it doesn't have to be that complicated. How many times we're sitting and watching television and we kind of get bored and sidetracked and we have our phone in our hands doing something else?
Or in the pickup line at school or doctor's office waiting rooms. Like this is like those brainless, mundane tasks you can do anywhere and everywhere from your phone. And what's great too is all these things that we're creating is content we've already created. It's copy we've already written, or we can use AI to help us with it.
Yes, I mean, this is really child's play,
Yeah.
and yes, it takes a little time, but once you overcome how to, it is so easy. I have one more pearl of wisdom to give you, and something taught me this a long time ago, and it works like a charm for me. So I hope you're ready.
Okay, we're
Now,
ready.
make sure that you have Flipboard on your phone. Okay, there is
Okay.
the app, Flipboard app. And when you look at your app, it will have all the stuff that you need to have. Okay, I don't know if I know people are driving right now, and if they're not, watching this, but what you do, you go to the home page. As
Okay.
you go to the home page, literally go swipe up.
Okay.
Swipe until you reach a board who says the more you follow, the better it is, and it will have the trending boards right there and then under your face, under your on your phone.
Okay.
So okay, this is something that I've learned, and I'm sharing this, and I'm probably gonna get slack for it. I see if any of the boards are in here are being trending now and being showcased. If they are, and I'm part of it, I share my recipe into that board on that magazine.
Okay.
Because people go to what's trending right now, they go through this page. So if your recipe is there, once they click on one of the magazine, if your recipe is in that magazine, your chance of getting people looking at you, it's huge.
Giangi, you're one of the boards.
Yay!
Of
I did
course
not
she
know.
is. That's why we're talking to her.
Favorite
I
blogger
did not know.
recipes.
See, I don't have that one. But
Yeah.
that's a trick that I've learned how to do because that is what people right now are following. And it's there, so people just go, oh, wait a minute, I want to see more. Boom, they click, and there you have it. Even if it's not your photograph or your recipe, but because that magazine has been pushed,
Right.
you get the benefit of your stuff being
So as
seen.
long as your content's in there, it has the chance of being seen. So
Exactly.
gotcha. Awesome.
Okay, now
Great tip. You had one more step in your process.
oh yes, one more step. That takes 3 seconds. Have you seen how fast it took, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And you're going to be sharing anyhow, so it doesn't matter. Then there is another little point, which is the little bell before your profile.
Uh-huh.
You click on it. Now you're following other bloggers and so on and so forth. See where they're sharing their recipes. Look at those boards and go, oh, I want to be part of this board. So if you're not part of that board, do the steps that we said earlier on. Contact them and say, I would like to be part of it or not. Those are the boards, and a lot of people share things too, and they are fabulous, fabulous board. And there are some very fabulous people on this board on the notification bloggers who share things a lot more successful than me. And those are great people to kind of follow and see what they do and their strategy also, and where they share their stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is like just doing some recon on what's going on within Flipboard.
Pretty much so. Pretty much so. I mean, we're all professional bloggers here, so we all kind of need an extra little thing, and that's an extra little things.
Okay, I like that.
Love that tip. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So my note to myself is go back and rewatch this podcast episode so I can.
I know, because as you know, we take notes voraciously. Like, is that the right word? I don't know, but we
Yes.
take a lot of notes while we're listening. And then I'll go back. Like, I think I need to learn how to write faster because I go back and I'm like, I don't understand my notes. Like, they
Well,
made so much sense when I was writing them, and I needed more words on the reread. So,
well, I've learned a long time ago. It's whenever I have a teaching, like Emily with my wonderful VA, whenever I have a teaching lesson with her, or I'm teaching her something, I'll always record a session.
yeah.
So I can go back and say, oh my gosh, I did not say this. I say this incorrectly. But she, on the other hand, can go back to and go, oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
And it sounds very crazy. And the older we get, the more like, oh, I can use this. And I record stuff even with my husband and my son, which is crazy to say, but sometimes you forget, like if there is orders. So yeah, but I will be more than happy to answer any question that you may have, because this is kind of fun for me. I'm enjoying Flipboard, and I get close over 1,000 to 2,000 new followers every month, but the traffic to my page that's what is most important, because traffic means money. Oh, one more thing that I forgot to tell you. This is a strategies that I do because it's just the way I am. I go through, if you're from Raptive or Mediavine, I take my highest post with the highest RPM. So sometimes we get stuck on what to share. Post which is highest RPM and share it.
So the same strategy where you're sharing it from your post with the flip social share button, and then you're going in and doing it to all the relevant things.
So
Correct.
this would be one of your five for the day. So if someday you're like, I
Correct.
don't know which five to share, and
Okay.
yeah. So some days it's a magazine, some days it's a storyboard, some
Yeah.
it's your new post plus a random old post.
Yeah.
That
So
makes
by
sense.
doing that though, it's amazing. You'll be surprised. And obviously, sometimes the same post is higher up and whatnot, but that will actually eliminate you having to think because
Yeah.
something is already done for you. And at the same time, the chances of you making more money onto that post is much higher because you know the RPM is going to be higher.
Right.
So what about Flipboard share groups? Yay, nay.
We do them. You have to monitor them because some people decide to dump things, so you eliminate people onto it, or you don't. I do them once a month because it's a good thing, it's a bad thing. I have my I don't want to be a cop and I don't want to be sitting there eliminating things because I have better things to do
Hmm.
than having to be
Right. Babysit.
Mhm.
a babysitter. It's like we all are busy. We don't want to do that. We expect the honesty system, but I do once a month. I do sometimes twice a month a group share group.
Okay. But it's
Um,
not necessarily necessary for success on Flipboard.
no, it is not necessary. It is actually to a certain extent because it's like anything else. If anybody sees and you're sharing other people's work, then it brings a little bit more clout to you. Hey, she's not afraid to share things.
Hmm.
You introducing her to other things, so you're building a loyalty to your people at the same time because you're not afraid to share other stuff.
Okay.
But you have to monitor other people's stuff than they are actually the things that you want to do.
Hmm. Okay.
Because if you're having recipes and somebody's putting down about travel, it is no relevant to you, or potty training a child, what is good does it do to you? Or you create a catch-all magazine where you put everybody else's stuff in it. That'd be great. That's
Okay.
what I did. So it's a catch-all, it's a travel, it's a mommy thing, it's whatever you wanted to do, it's right there. So when I share, I put it all in there. So that's up to you how you want to direct your business. I have it, I do a very little of it because I did not want to be the babysitter. And I
Mm.
end up being a babysitter. I'm like, my time is precious, not doing that.
Yeah.
However, there is a Flipboard Facebook group, which I will put the link here so anybody can ask to join. I'll give it to you. And that you can ask, there is sharing. So you can pick 4 or 5 other content and share it. So you share the recipe, they share your recipe,
Okay.
so on and so forth. And those I found out they work a lot better than, okay, you got to do everybody on this list, 20 people above you, below you, and you go, "Ooh, yeah, but I don't do mommy stuff."
Right.
Right, right. Okay. You know that, again, it's like everything else, right? We're curating our magazines for the user.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because people, there's nothing more turn off than, like I say earlier, being a vegetarian magazine and having beef and chicken. It's. I mean, and the reason I'm saying this because I made a mistake once and I was profoundly apologetic to the lady and I took it down, and therefore it's like I gotta remember to be more mindful. So do visit other people magazines and you share things into, see if they have changed anything, just to kind of and like stuff, like and comment other people's work too. If you
Okay.
use their magazine, just go back in there once in a while and like what other people's work is because it's like anything else, it's an algorithm. It kind of goes back up. And if they share your things, as we all know, the courtesy of sharing, liking other people's stuff. I feel like I talk
Okay.
forever. I'm so
No,
sorry.
this
This
is
was
great.
don't apologize for being generous with what you know. This was
Yeah.
super helpful.
This was very, very helpful. And I think that this is going to be one of those episodes where you have to listen to it a few times to get all the nuggets down. And I know, like with myself going through my notes here, it's going to take a hot minute to come up with a workflow and a strategy that works for us. But I think there's some really good nuggets here.
Yeah.
And I think there's a strategy that's manageable. Like it doesn't have to be a colossal waste of time by like throwing the spaghetti on the wall to see what sticks. You have a very specific system and it works.
It,
Yep.
it works, and I have worked on it for 2 years and keep on growing. And if any of you have a VA, teach them how to do it properly and
Mhm.
deviate that to them. They'll love it because for them, sitting there watching television and doing it,
Right.
Yeah.
It's easier and than for me to take it away from my work. But I do it on the weekend myself, and I don't mind it. I really don't
Right.
mind doing it.
And
Now,
like anything else, this is not something you're going to see this huge windfall of traffic overnight. It's a process. You're going to have to work at it, but you should start seeing some
mhm. And the more your
positive change.
numbers start growing, the more the followers start following you.
Right.
And it's one of those circle, but you have to work it, you have to curate it, and you have to work it. You can't expect to put one recipe on one magazine and expect millions of people come to your page. It doesn't work that way.
Hmm.
Right.
You really have to put the steps. But once you get into the mode, but make sure also that all your magazines are attributed to what you're doing. Just don't
Right.
put recipe side dishes, summer side dishes, or split the magazine. Like if you have Italian and French and Korean figure of speech,
Right.
appetizer, create a magazine for each and every one of those recipes. The
Okay.
more, has the word, I want to say, dispersed you are, the better chances for you to be seen.
Okay. So
So this
really
might
niche them
be
down.
because my brain needs to make sense of like how to come up with like naming conventions and rules for these. So like this would be like so on your website, right? Like you would have categories. And so like these would maybe be like to the finite tags or like the keywords you would use in the recipe card. Like that's what your magazine should be, like so much more specific
Yes.
than dessert recipes.
Right.
Yes. I mean dessert, and you can split dessert between tarts, cookies, cakes,
Right.
jellos, whatever you want to do, donuts. Those are
Right.
dessert. And then you can go in within dessert. You can do fruit, fresh fruit, dry
Right.
fruit. I mean, but do you
Chocolate.
see what I'm
Right.
saying? You
Yep.
propagate it and it's your content and you can share content in within, but you make it more laser focus. So when somebody's looking for something, because if you enter dessert, there is like
Right.
slew of things. Then you're lost in the way. But if you put fresh fruit dessert, all of a sudden it's like everything else. It's a shorter list. If you
Right.
say fresh fruit Italian dessert, it gets even smaller.
Hmm.
So your chances of being seen, it's much higher.
Makes sense.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense.
It's
So
also starting to make sense to me why when I thought I was working Flipboard, was not being successful with it.
too general, like I'm
Yeah,
looking at
way
mine
too
right
general.
now, way too general.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah,
did
well,
descriptions, and it's kind of like, being strategic and SEOing your Pinterest boards.
Yeah.
I did a lot of changes on mine. It's like I put effortless French dinner, effortless Italian recipe, welcome to Italian dinner, welcome to Sunday night dinner, French Sunday night. I mean, it's sometimes I feel like I'm redundant. And if you look at very successful Flipboard, creators,
Mhm.
they do the same thing. They will have maybe 1,000 magazines because they're so darn specific
Right.
to what they are sharing to their
Do
customers.
you have a we're really talking here. Do you have a strategy for how you manage your magazines and such? Like how if you have like even not even 1,000, let's say 100 different magazines, how do you know what you have if you need to create a new one? I could see that getting like out
Mhm.
of control. Does it matter?
It doesn't really matter. And you will know because if you put them in alphabetical order, sometimes because you can put them in alphabetical order on the phone, not on the platform. So if you want to change things, you can as an order how they look
Okay.
on a thing, you have to do it via phone. I really don't, but I do keep an Excel sheet on that.
Okay.
Same thing with all the other magazines that I post on it. I keep an Excel sheet of all the people, all the magazines that I belong to.
Do you
Okay.
know what I love about working with Christina is I'm watching her face and I just watched both of us build the Airtable
I
base
know.
while we're tracking it.
Well,
I
see,
could look at her and
actually,
see it happening.
See the
I
multi-select
actually have your
field
hair
and
table. Well, I bought your hair table, and
Yeah.
that's where it's at.
Hmm.
So
okay.
yes, I have actually created a little plate for it because it's unbelievable how much you would be surprised. And then some board goes off, some people shut off. Like there's another things like you can invite people to join your board,
Hmm.
but you also don't have to invite people to join your boards. I
Okay.
have a couple of boards and people are in it, and I have a couple of boards and people are not in it.
Is there an advantage to one or the other?
Um, I
What's the
like
pros cons?
like my French and Italian be varied because I'm very typical Italian, not Americanized Italian. Please don't be offended if I'm saying that. But I want people to get the real deal. And when I found people that were putting things in it were just not Italian, I'm so sorry. Love you dearly, but I just keep those. Those are my nugget. Then I do. Then I have a group one, which is, I can't remember what it's called. Favorite bloggers recipes
That's
is
the
a
one that came up in my top trending boards.
and I think that I have like 15,000 followers on it, something like that. And I do, yeah, 17,000 followers. And I do invite people to share their stuff in there. And it's very successful. And a lot of people get a lot of traffic from it. So if you're not in it, let me know and I'll send you an invite to that one. I have 179 people right now sharing their stuff on it. So another various things you have to do when you go to magazines and you want to be part of it, see how much traffic they get, see how many people are sharing, how much traffic, how many likes, and so on and so forth. Because you don't want to waste your time on a board who only has 5 followers and maybe 20 posts, and you keep on posting there and being the only one. I know it takes a second, but you can be posting somewhere else where you can have a much more traffic visibility.
I think this one is yours. I'm just looking to grab the link so I can share it in the show notes.
Yeah, and if you do need, to ask me, I'll be more than happy to invite you. I
I got
believe
it.
you're in it, Christina. And Corinne, if you want to be part of it, let me know. I'll send you.
Yeah, I made myself a note. I wasn't going to stop the podcast interview to ask you that just now, but
Perfect. This has been so incredibly helpful, Giangi. Thank you
really helpful.
so
My
much
pleasure.
for
Thank you for asking me to do this. I'm honored. Thank you.
this has been great.
What's funny is when we were talking about having you on the podcast, we were like, what of the 8,000 things that Giangi could talk about should we have her on for? So, like, listeners, we may have her back because all this knowledge she just shared on Flipboard is like one of a billion things she knows a lot about.
Yeah.
So,
In fact, prior to this episode, prior to going live on this episode, we were talking about something completely different. I'm like, I think I want to do an episode on that.
I know. Yeah.
That would be fun. That would be absolutely amazing because I enjoy that so much. But this, I love to do this, and and I don't mind sharing. It's there's things for everyone, and the more we help each other, the better it is for all of us to
Yeah.
grow. And at the end of the day, with all of what's going on, we need to whatever we have strategy. And my strategy may work for some, but some may be changing. They have a much better strategy over there too. So you never know. This is what I do.
Giangi, if our listeners want to connect with you other than Flipboard, what is the best way for them to reach you? Unless Flipboard is the best way for them to reach you.
No, Flipboard actually is not the best way to reach me. You can reach me through my website. There is a little page where you can contact me through there, and I do answer all my emails who come through. So it's giangi@giangiskitchen.com. But if you go to my website, giangiskitchen.com, you can actually contact me through there. I do answer every single email who comes through. Except don't try to sell me your program. I'll politely say no. But no, if
She
you have
will
a question,
answer you.
yes, I'm on Facebook, but Facebook, X, but those are the places I'm in. Also Instagram, but mainly via my website is probably the easiest and most effective way to get to me.
Perfect.
Awesome. All right. We will again put those links in the show notes. Thank you so much for joining us today, Giangi. It was so much fun chatting with you.
Thank you.
Listeners, if you want to take action on everything we listen to, one, play the podcast on repeat a couple times so you make sure you don't miss any notes. But by all means, go to Flipboard and check out Giangi's Kitchen so you can see all of these lessons put into action. And if you need to reach her, we'll put the links to all the places that she mentioned in the show notes.
And we'd love to hear from you too. So tag us on Instagram @thesmartinfluencer with your biggest takeaway from today, or even drop us a DM and let us know how you're applying what you've learned.
Thank you for spending time with us today. We will be back next week with another episode to help you grow smarter, work less, and earn more. See you then.